15 million members, empowered to learn, to create, to grow, to harvest, to lead, to dream. Equity. Karibu member.
To get John chapter 11 as your skiza tune, dial star 811 star 965 hash.
I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die. John chapter 11, verse 25.
To get John chapter 11, dial star 811 star 965 hash. To get John chapter 11, dial star 811 star 965 hash.
Good afternoon. It is the 22nd of June 2022. This is KBC Lunchtime News. We are live here at the Broadcasting House. We are also live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter at KBC Channel 1. We do have a comprehensive bulletin that we have prepared for you this afternoon, and we are following up on a couple of stories, including the story that is currently ongoing. President Uhuru Kenyatta is expected to be speaking at the Kenya International Conference Center. Live pictures there. We have a team on standby that is going to be giving us an update a little bit later in this bulletin. But for now, we begin on the political front, where the Kenya Kwanza Alliance running mate Rigathi Gachagua has promised farmers in Kirinyaga County to lower prices of fertilizer if they win the August election. Speaking during the bottom-up economic forum, in which the county residents identified their priority economic areas, Gachagua assured the residents that Kenya Kwanza manifesto will encompass the views collected from them.
Usishinde ukiomba kura tumekuwekea.
Kirinyaga County Governor Anne Waiguru hosted the bottom-up economic forum, in which the county residents identified their priority economic areas of focus that they would like captured in the Kenya Kwanza's elections manifesto.
Mimi niko tu na swali moja kwa watu wa Kirinyaga. Mnaamini tunashinda ama hatushindi? Kiti ya president tuko nayo ama hatuna? We have several challenges that we are going through as tea farmers. One is the price of fertilizers. Currently, the price of fertilizer is 5,600 shillings per bag.
The forum that was presided over by UDA Deputy Presidential nominee Rigathi Gachagua brought together farmers, leaders and participants from various economic sectors in the county. Gachagua promised that the cost of fertilizers will be brought down from the current 6,000 shillings to 2,000 shillings by December 2022 if Deputy President William Ruto is elected the next president.
So tunataka tujadiliane leo priorities ya wakaaji wa Kirinyaga iko namna gani.
Elsewhere, Azimio la Umoja candidates in Narok County, led by Narok North MP Moitalel Olekenta and Lydian Timama, have called on residents of Ewasonyiro to support Raila Odinga for president.
Mimi nahakikishia ile uchumi ambaye tunayamemaliza tutarudishia hiyo uchumi ikuwe vile Narok ilikuwa kwa zamani. Watoto wetu tutawapea kazi. Hawa kina mama wanaumia na jua. Ikinyesha wana shida. Hakuna stima hata kwa sokoni.
Meanwhile, Abdia Baraka has been unveiled as the first woman running mate in Wajir gubernatorial contest. Baraka, who had initially declared her interest for the top county job, dropped her ambition and will deputize Dr. Siad Abdullahi.
Encourage diversity. We understand the needs of our communities. We shall mobilize enough resources beyond the county allocations to mitigate areas of basic needs for our communities.
This is an opportunity for our youth, for our women, to elect two people who are going to provide transformative change in a county that desperately needs it.
Gishu Kiwashira, Lunchtime News.
Moving on, Kenyan envoy to South Korea, Mwende Mwinzi, says Kenya is better placed to benefit from trade with South Korea owing to the availability of resources in the two nations. Speaking in Nairobi during the launch of cosmetics products made in Korea, Mwinzi urged Kenyans to generate business ideas to ease trade for mutual economic benefits. Mwinzi's sentiments were echoed by Health Chief Administrative Secretary Dr. Masi Mwangangi, who said business between the two countries can be improved if citizens embrace the ideas being promoted by respective leaderships.
A few years ago, our mission had a request from Kenya from an interested party to meet with Korean cosmetic providers. And not a single, I think there was only one that was interested. Right now, we have undertaken several surveys. Our mission has met at least 10 cosmetic companies, and we sent out surveys to very many, but 10 very big ones, including the Cologne group that we brought here today, registered an interest in varying levels. Some just want to export, some are looking for agents, and in this case, I am trying to encourage, and I think it will be successful, the Cologne group to come in and set its footprint in Kenya because the market is exponential.
Actually, our boss is actually Korean #1 nanotechnologist, and we are actually had a lot of nice high technology, cosmetic technology, and trend the product to bring into the Kenya market. So that's why I'm here.
Meanwhile, members of parliament who will be lucky to be in the 14th parliament have been challenged to prioritize the issuance of education bursaries to the needy families in a bid to ensure equality in access to primary, post and tertiary education. Othaya MP Gishuki Mugambi, who is serving his first term and seeking to retain his seat in the August 9th elections, says education is the only avenue that will help the majority poor access opportunities for upward mobility in life. Mugambi was speaking when he issued bursaries worth 42 million shillings to the area residents at Munene Kairu Hall in Chinga Ward.
Othaya, Member of Parliament Gishuki Mugambi, who is seeking to retain his seat under the Jubilee Party, says his main focus has been to assist needy children from the area access bursaries to further their education for a better future.
As you know, these parents are coming from very difficult times where they were hit by corona, difficult times where actually lanes have not been adequate, and therefore their tea production has been low, and that's why we found it fit with my board of NGCDF to increase the amount of bursary that we are disbursing to them.
Leo nimefurahia juu Gishuki Mugambi ametupatia bursary ya 42 million na nikaona watoto watasoma juu wazazi walikuwa na mashida kidogo.
Idea na mradi huu wa bursary kutoka kwa MP wetu Gishuki Mugambi tumefaidika tukiwa watu wengi, na tunahisi ya kwamba aweze kuchaguliwa tena, ndio mbunge wa maana sana katika kaunti yetu ya Nyeri.
While challenging incumbent members of National Assembly to provide equal opportunity to all learners, Mugambi said the CDF kitty should be put into proper use, including renovation of classrooms, building of modern toilets, and installation of water harvesting equipment.
Just started the new education curriculum, the CBC. Yes, we know about it now. We would want to roll it out and see it working and support people.
Mugambi, who is a member of both the Education and Budget and Appropriations Committees in Parliament, said he is seeking to follow the footprints of former President the late Mwai Kibaki, who represented Othaya constituency for nearly 4 decades in upholding education standards, while acknowledging that it has not been easy trying to match the late former president. Mugambi says he has tried to ensure equity and prudent use of available resources for the benefit of the locals. Frederick Mwoki for Lunchtime News.
The Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Institute, Bayero University, Kano of Nigeria, and 6 local universities have signed a memorandum of understanding on collaborations in research and exchange programs. The agreement will benefit students undertaking health sciences courses in the research through a variety of programs.
Speaking during the event, the CAS in the Ministry of Education, Sarah Ruto, underscored the role nutrition plays in Kenya's Vision 2030 towards keeping a healthy nation and the Big Four agenda by the government.
Within the education sector, we have national research priorities that have been set up and specified under the Ministry of Education. And I'm very glad to note that this particular collaboration actually speaks to the research priorities that have been set up by the Ministry of Education.
The CAS noted the importance of the exchange program towards serving specialists who will come back to the country with a wealth of experience as the country grapples with challenges and burdens of malnutrition brought about by diet-related issues.
One of the aspects and key competencies in the reform that we have is the competence on citizenship. And we are training students not just to be citizens, good citizens of their own communities, of Kenya, of East Africa, but also global citizens.
Sentiments echoed by KNDI CEO Dr. David Okeo and Vice Chancellors of the universities present, who called for a multi-sectoral approach towards broadening the skills for learners.
So we have discovered that most of our researches are kept in the shelves, and very few of them have been translated into real policies that can be useful for the country. So this is one of the agenda for this particular collaboration, which will bring in on board the universities within Kenya, together with African Bayero University from Nigeria.
We discover we have many areas of common interest, and the collaboration will involve exchange of students and probably later with exchange of faculty members. So it's an important collaboration, and we look forward to improving nutrition and dietetics within our universities and in our country.
The first line of medicine in real life is water, and the other one is nutrition. You are what you eat. If you eat well, you become healthy. If you eat badly, you are not healthy.
The program is part of the efforts to strengthening the South-South collaboration. Ruth Wamboi for Lunchtime News.
All right, we now want to head over to KICC. As I had mentioned earlier, we are going to be seeing live pictures there of His Excellency the President, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, who has just arrived, and prayers are going on there. He's there for the issuance of title deeds. Let's listen in.
Shine upon us. In Jesus' name, do we pray and believe.
Kwa heshima tafadhali sote tuketi.
Karibu sana Mheshimiwa Rais, na kwa ruhusa yako kwa sasa nikubalie niweze kumwalika Katibu wa Kudumu katika Wizara ya Ardhi na Mipango ya Miundo Msingi, Daktari Nicholas Muraguri, aweze kutuongoza katika ratiba ya leo. Karibu sana daktari.
Your Excellency, the President Uhuru Kenyatta, our Cabinet Secretary Farida Karonei, our other Cabinet Secretaries present, Dr. Matiang'i, Honorable Eugene Wamalwa, General Badi, the DG of NMS, my colleague P.S. Enosh, Governors present, James Nyoro, Francis Kimemia, Governor Toaha Fahim, MPs present, Rachel Nyamai, who is also our chair of the Committee of Lands, Honorable Naomi Shaban, MP for Taveta, Honorable Mishimboko, the MP for Likoni, Honorable Florence Mutua, MP from Busia, Honorable Joshua Kutuni from Cherangani, Honorable Joshua Waluke from Sirisia. Welcome. We also have Commissioners, Excellency, our Chair, Honorable Tachi Garishon, Chairman of National Land Commission, Mr. Eliud Kinovia, the Chair of the National Police Commission, Commissioner Galgalo Tiai, Commissioner for National Land Commission, Commissioner Rachel Amolo from the Police Commission. We have also present our MCAs and a lot of Kenyans present today across the country, Excellency, who have come to receive their title deeds. Mwefurahi tupigia rais makofi. Your Excellency, this is a historical day when some Kenyans here will receive title deeds, around 200 of them, as symbolic gesture for them over 1 million Kenyans who receive after this event. Many have a history of 30-40 years waiting, and some of them, the beneficiaries will see, are actually over 100 years. And one of the prayers they were having is that before they go to heaven, they make sure they go with their title deeds. Sivyo? Ni kweli? So, Your Excellency, we are humbled by your support to our ministry. We are humbled by your leadership and the vision you had that you had want every Kenyan who owned a piece of land or property to own a title deed. Later, I'll be coming to read the beneficiaries selected from each of the counties, from each of the schemes, whether it's private, public companies, family land, and also a settlement and additional settlement. And be calling some of them as a symbol, symbolically, to ensure that they are able to represent the rest of the membership who will later be able to get their title deeds. Without much ado, Your Excellency, allow me to invite our Cabinet Secretary, Madam Farida Karonei, to make a few remarks, and also invite you to make your statement and later lead us in the presentation of the title deeds. Thank you, Excellency. Mpigie makofi.
Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of our Defense Forces, the Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, Cabinet colleagues, Dr. Matiang'i, Eugene Wamalwa, governors here present, the DG NMS, other leaders present, distinguished landowners present today, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Your Excellency, sir, today is such a historic occasion. We are here, Your Excellency, to launch the issuance of about 1 million titles, Your Excellency, to be precise, 1,022,000 titles. This, Your Excellency, will bring the total number of titles registered by your administration to 6,001,945. Your Excellency, this is a very significant number because you will be happy to note, Your Excellency, that the colonial government and our first three administrations registered 6 million. So actually you've surpassed slightly the 6 million registered in the past 100 years. We thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, this is one of the 4 strategic programs you directed us in your second term to build on. And this is one of the programs, a national titling program we are very proud of, Your Excellency, because it has made a lot of difference. In the last year, Your Excellency, you are here to give titles to Samburu women, people who've never seen a title document since they were born, I guess, as my peers would say. So, Your Excellency, this program is one program that we are very, very proud to be associated with. na umetushika mkono Mheshimiwa Rais kwa hali na mali, because you invested in this program. It's not for nothing that we produce 6 million titles. Umetupatia gari, ukatupatia pesa na ukatuwezesha kufanya hii kazi Mheshimiwa Rais. So on behalf of the landowners that are here today to represent the 1 million that we'll be issuing over the next 2-3 weeks or so, we thank you very much, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, the other program that you directed us in this second term, and which we are also very proud of, is the digitalization of land transactions, Your Excellency. That's a program, Your Excellency, you launched last year. I'm happy to report, sir, that Nairobi County is now fully digital. We just hope to stabilize it. We just hope to stabilize it by the time of the transition, Your Excellency, and we are currently preparing Machakos, Kiambu, Murang'a, and Kajiado for the rollout, Your Excellency. So we are ready for the national rollout. The other program, Your Excellency, you directed us in this second term is decentralization. Your Excellency, there's a registry in our Nairobi registry called the Central Registry. It has titles from other parts of the country. Your Excellency, you said by the time you leave, you don't want that registry to be active because you want these records to be taken back to their home counties. Your Excellency, I'm happy to report that we are in the process of closing the Central Registry so that these titles can be taken back to their home counties, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, the last program you told us to work on very closely with other agencies of government is legal, policy, and institutional reforms. And Your Excellency, under your guidance, we've reviewed many laws and put in place new ones, Your Excellency, to align the land sector with your land reform agenda. Your Excellency, just to mention a few, the Sectional Properties Act of 2020 came into force in 2020. It's a law that will give title rights to property owners who own sectional properties, that is apartments, Your Excellency. The other law, Your Excellency, that we are very proud to be associated with is the National Land Use and Physical Planning Act of 2019. Under your guidance, Your Excellency, working with Parliament, we did pass the regulations and that law is now in force, Your Excellency. We also amended many laws, Your Excellency, in the sector in order to allow us to digitalize fully and to inbuilt all the reforms we are doing in legislation. That, Your Excellency, we are happy to report that is work in progress. We've done very well. There's only one of the 4 agenda items you gave us, Your Excellency, that is institutional reform. I think reforming the Ministry of Lands is now work in progress. We've started, we are doing well, but it's work that will take other administrations to build on the strong foundation that you have built, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, we don't take all this for granted. We appreciate you, and we want to thank you on behalf of the landowners of Kenya who now breathe easy because of the reforms that you have guided us to implement in our sector. Your Excellency, on a personal level, I want to thank you most profusely for affording me the opportunity to serve with you, the people of Kenya. Your Excellency, I was only the second woman to be appointed Minister for Lands in our 59 years of independence. The other woman, Your Excellency, was the Honorable Charity Ngilu. Both of us have served under you, Your Excellency. So it was not until you became president that a woman became Minister for Lands. And for that, Your Excellency, we want to thank you very much. We had 2 other women in the sector, the late Maria Melmawis, she served under you as PS, and Dorothy Angote, who served under President Kibaki. So, Your Excellency, we appreciate you because you have invested in the idea of including women to serve our people, and we appreciate you for that. Your Excellency, kwa unyenyekevu utaniruhusu sasa nikualike utuhutubie kisha utuongoze kwa ratiba ya leo. I appreciate it. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Asante sana Farida, thank you. Natuketi. Hamjambo wenzangu. Hamjambo tena. Asante sana. So fellow Kenyans, we gather here today as we pursue our desire to restore the dignity of every Kenyan family. And dignity comes with ownership. So today, we flag off the immediate issuance of approximately 1 million title deeds across our country. We made a pledge on the 3rd of February 2013 when I launched the Jubilee Manifesto. And on that occasion, as part of my remarks, I stated that for far too long, Kenyans have been talking about the land question, and what we needed was the land answer. To make matters worse, as of 2013, and 60 years after the Swighton Plan was initiated, 67% of land in Kenya had still not been adjudicated and had no titles. I highlighted that people living on community land suffered disadvantages not suffered by those who are living on their own registered land, as they cannot unlock the commercial value of that land. Further, I did note how public bodies were hampered from providing services due to encroachment, grabbing, and uncertainty due to land holdings. I also observed that individuals living on untitled land could not develop the land because they knew in any instant they could be summarily evicted. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a land problem that I found on my desk as I began my tenure as president. And 9 years later, I can stand before you, having been honored by the high mandate that you bestowed upon me, with the land question having significantly been answered. We did this by firstly introducing the National Titling Program in the year 2013. And this program, and the resources we have put behind it, has enabled the processing and issuance of title deeds to our citizens. As part of this program, we established the National Titling Center, the Rapid Titling Initiative, land clinics, and formed links with both land buying companies as well as county governments. And these progressive measures were buttressed by enhanced recruitment of technical staff and the deployment of other critical resources, including motor vehicles and survey equipment, as Waziri here has just indicated. And 9 years later, the success achieved is really unbelievably remarkable. The program has made it possible to issue title deeds to once forgotten areas such as Samburu, Isiolo, Marsabit counties, to mention but a few. And indeed, I feel very honored to have been the first president who handed over a title deed to the first woman landowner in Marsabit. This is a feat that was unthinkable a decade ago, when it was culturally held that women could not hold a title in land. This program has brought hope where there was fear and despair. We have managed to heal wounds and resolve the phenomenon of protracted and acrimonious land disputes across the country. In places such as Kihiomwiri in Murang'a, Nyakinywa in Trans Nzoia, Mikanjuni in Kilifi, group ranches in Kajiado, Narok and Samburu, amongst others. And further, under the titling program, all beneficiaries living in the former colonial villages, such as in Nyandarua and Nyeri, have been issued with title deeds, bringing to a happy end a century-long tale of despair and destitution. But over and above this, another area that I have been extremely proud of is that we have secured our natural resources and heritage sites like the Mau Forest, the Nairobi National Park, our City Park, the Masai Mara Game Reserve, amongst others, through the issuance of title deeds. Nine years after we accepted the challenge, we have accomplished what seemed to many to be impossible. From 2013 to date, we have issued over 6 million title deeds, compared in similar number to those issued over the preceding 50 years since independence and the 50 years prior to independence during the colonial government. To ensure that this important agenda was a success, the program had to tap and utilize the mobilization efforts of land buying companies in Nairobi, Nakuru, Trans Nzoia, Kilifi, Mombasa, Machakos, Kajiado, Laikipia counties to assist in the issuance of title deeds to shareholders. This has been through the collaboration with government in surveying, verification of ownership documents, and supporting alternative dispute resolution processes. Further, ladies and gentlemen, the government is also documenting land belonging to public institutions such as schools, hospitals, law courts, prisons, and for example, the Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning, working with partners in the education sector, has delivered the titling of parcels of land belonging to 20,000 schools and the surveying of 32,000 public schools. In line also with our commitment to establish an efficient, transparent, and accountable land administration and management system, we developed and launched the National Land Information Management System in April of 2021. This is what is commonly referred to as Ardhi Sasa, which aims to facilitate the electronic transaction of land deals. In the past, all land matters were handled using a manual registry, which unfortunately made the Ministry of Lands a den of corruption, and this led to some truly shocking outcomes. As we have seen, many pieces of land having dual titles, others properties belonging to the public transferred to private hands, and so on and so forth. So as part of our reforms in the land registry, the process of identifying fake title deeds and reversing the endemic fraud that had fraught the ministry was accelerated, and we have also increased efficiency and the speed of land processing, because you will recall that it once, not too many years ago, actually less than 4 years ago, it took a minimum of 6 months to complete a single land transaction. Today, this has been reduced to 48 hours using this system we have in place. Similarly, instead of taking between 1 and 3 months to conduct a land search, the system gives you a land search result in 3 to 5 minutes from the comfort of your home or office. But what I'm most proud about is the fact that all these systems have been developed by our very own young Kenyans who have shown that given an opportunity, they can participate in the transformation of our country, Kenya. I am aware that notwithstanding the promise of this new platform, land cartels today are regrouping again to slow the pace of reforms that we are undertaking. And in this context, and given the importance of land resource in the overall national development agenda, I do urge that nyinyi wale mtachagua, msichague watu ambao watatuweka gia ya reverse kuturudisha kule tumetoka. Tunataka wale ambao watasongesha hii agenda na kuhakikisha kwamba kila Mkenya ako na haki yake na mali yake, sio kuturudisha kwa enzi ya wizi na mambo mengine. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2016, I had the profound honor of assenting into law the Community Land Act, a progressive law that enabled local communities to legally register and own their communal lands. Previously, an estimated 3.5 million Kenyans had been unable to register their communal lands that covered roughly 150,000 square miles, or 67% of Kenya's landmass. Following this progressive legislation, we have been able to issue title deeds to group ranches in Laikipia, Nsamburu, Kajiado, West Pokot, and Taita Taveta, an endeavor that has uplifted over 500,000 people. To support devolved units and a few. This brings the total number of land registries across the country to a historic high of 67, meaning that in most of these areas, you no longer need to travel to Nairobi to conduct your business. We are further in the process of constructing an additional 10 registries to promote efficient delivery of services in Hola, Kitui, Mbere, Bomet, Olkalau, Naivasha, Nandi, Roiro, Laikipia, and Samburu. The construction of these new registries will go a long way in facilitating the decentralization of ministry services. So today, we are launching and flagging off the issuance of 1 million out of the 6 million title deeds that are ready across the registries in the various counties. And as we launch this National Title Deeds Issuance Program, today I do direct the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Lands, working together with her counterpart in the Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government, to draw by this Friday a program assigning various Cabinet Secretaries responsibility to travel to each part of the country together with county commissioners to issue the balance of the ready title deeds. The program, I expect, to be executed expeditiously, and the balance of 1 million titles should be conveyed to their respective holders before sunset on the 8th of July this year. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare to hand over the baton to the next administration, we must continue to pray and remain confident and work towards getting an administration that will build on the foundation for accelerated reforms in the land sector and scale up of the issuance of title deeds to individuals, communities, to companies, and to public institutions. So ladies and gentlemen, nataka tufanye hii kazi kwa sababu tunajua kila mtu akipata haki yake, hiyo ni maendeleo na hiyo ni pesa kwa mfuko ya kila mtu. Wengi wanaweza kuendelea hapo, wataongea huko ya kwamba hii ni makaratasi tu. Lakini jameni, nataka kusema kwa hiyo milioni 1 tunaishu leo, hata ukichukua bei ya mwisho kabisa, tuseme ni shilingi 1,100 karatasi moja, ukienda kwa benki ile unaweza kukopa, kujenga ama kufanya mambo mengine. Ukichukua hiyo bei, ni kusema ya kwamba yale ambaye tumetenda leo ni kuachilia zaidi ya bilioni 100, 100 billion shillings kwa mikono ya wananchi. Na yale ambaye tumefanya kutoka 2013 mpaka wa leo, hata tukichukua hiyo bei, ni zaidi ya bilioni 600, 600 billion Kenya shilling. Na tunajua kuna titles zingine hapo ambazo hata ziko na bei juu zaidi. Kuna wengine hapo tumepatiwa title, ukiona mtu ameenda ni ya milioni 6, mtu amechukua loan ya milioni 5, milioni 2. Na hiyo ndio njia ya kujenga nchi. Kwa sababu sasa umesaidia mtu kuwa na kitu ambacho anaweza kukopa na kuinua hali yake, kujenga biashara yake, kukuza shamba yake, ukiwa huogopi ya kwamba kesho utakuja kunyang'anya. Ama ni namna gani jameni? Ukiwa pia na haki ya kwamba hakuna mtu anaweza kuja arudi tena kukufukuza kwa shamba yako. Na hiyo ndio ya muhimu. Furaha yangu ni kuona kama hawa akina Nyakinywa wa Trans Nzoia, watu ambao wameishi huko hata mbele ya mzungu, lakini kila saa wanaambiwa rudini kwenu. Kwenu ni wapi? Kwenu ni hapo unaishi na uko na cheti yako ya kusema hii ni shamba yangu. Hakuna mtu anaweza kukufukuza. Unarudi wapi? Hapo ambapo upo ndipo kwako. Ama ni namna gani? Tuna wenzetu huko kutoka upande ya Samburu, kutoka upande ya Narok na Kajiado, ambao wanaambiwa hii area hii yote ni yenu, lakini hawana document yoyote ya kuwaonesha. Kesho unasikia mtu amechukua kitu, mtu amechukua fulani, mtu amechukua, inalete vita, inalete shida. Sasa kila mtu atakuwa na cheti chake kusema hapa ni kwangu na uwezi uguza kwangu. Kuna wale ambao wamezoea kuiba misitu, kwa sababu wanaenda, mtu anakata, mwishowe kwa sababu anajua hakuna mtu anafuatilia, unaona misitu yetu yote imeisha. Sasa ukijaribu kukata msitu, title deed itaonesha hii ni area ya msitu. Hawa vijana wameweka katika digital format. Hakuna title ambayo inaweza kuwa issued in gazetted forest land. Ndio tuweze kulinda misitu yetu. Kuna wengine wamezoea kuiba mali ya umma, anaenda anatembea. Kuna wengine na hawakuwa na kazi nyingine, kazi yao ilikuwa kuzunguka, wanaamka asubuhi kuzunguka Nairobi, kuzunguka Mombasa, kuangalia pahali ambapo hakuna mtu, na hii ni ya nani, na hii ni ya nani. Hiyo pia ni enzi zilizopita. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo inaweza kutendeka tena. Hata nyinyi mnaelewa yale ambayo yalikuwa yanaendelea. Sasa jameni, ni nyinyi mjue kila mtu akipata yake. Na hiyo tu ndio ombi langu. Shida ya title deed ni moja. Mzee akipata title deed, anaona hii ni mali yake, anasahau ako na jamii. Najua lazima tuambiane ukweli. Sasa akipata hiyo, wakiongea hapo anasema mimi naenda kujenga nyumba, anaenda kukopa, lakini badala ya kujenga nyumba kwa bibi na watoto ambao wako nao, pesa ikiingia, akitoka benki Akipitia hapo mtaani kidogo anakutwa na kengine hapo. Anasahau yule aliwacha nyumbani, mali inaisha, unawacha familia na watoto wakiwa maskini. Jameni wazee, tubadilike, tujue ya kwamba hii cheti sio yako, ni yako na watoto wako, ni yako na bibi yako na yatakikana tuichunge na tuilinde, ndio watoto wa watoto wenu pia wawe na kitu ambacho watakuwa wanakukumbuka, kujua ya kwamba hii tulioachiwa na baba. Lakini ikiwa sasa ni hiyo ya kwenda kutumia na mambo hayo mengine na mdomo tamu, na unajua watu ya mdomo tamu siku hizi ni wengi sasa unaharibia familia yako. Kwa hivyo mimi nawaomba, let us treat this as a valuable document. Let us not treat these documents as individually owned. This document belongs to you and your family, and you must sit and plan together to see how you can utilize it to better you and your family's life. Ama ni namna gani wenzangu? Si ni namna hiyo? Na najua tukifanya hivyo, we will have a much greater, more prosperous nation where people are at peace with their neighbors. People are at peace with different communities, and Kenya is prosperous and at peace with itself. Kwa hayo machache na mengi, nasema Mungu awabariki. Mkirudi manyumbani, msalimie wale ambao mmewacha, na hata mimi nitajoin hiyo timu ya Farida. Hata mimi atanitengea, wewe taenda huko na huko, hata mimi nitakuja kupeana zingine huko. Kwa hivyo najua bado tutaendelea kuonana. Mungu awabariki na Mungu awalinde. Asanteni sana.
Tupigie rais makofi tena. Thank you. It's my honor to request His Excellency to come down. I'll also request members of parliament, CECs who are here, governors, please come and join us so that when His Excellency is presenting, people from your county or region, you'll be able to join in celebration. Tukeni tafadhali, tukeni chini. I'll be going to call group by group, moja kwa moja, and we are going to start with Mombasa, an area called Shikaadabu. Mheshimiwa Mishi Mboko, tafadhali kuja join. Kaka Benjamin. Wa kwanza ni Bakari Said. Wa pili ni Fatuma Yusuf Juma. Wa tatu ni Mohamed Barak Mwarumo. Afuatwe na Soro Mombo Mavuche. Nafuatwe ni Swalehe Omar Mwachaki. Asante. Grupu ya pili ni kutoka Kwale Kinango. Mtu wa kwanza ni Vitalis. Afuatwe ni Luvande Nganyanga Mwijo. Afuatwe na Chiti Twenye Mwaluku. Afuatwe na William Mzonga Yawa. Pole man. William. Afuatwe na Steven Gemu Mwangulu. Steven. Tunaenda pande ya Lamu. Title umetoka kule Vumbe na Mpeketoni. I want to invite the governor, Lamu, the chairman of Police Commission, the CEC, Captain, karibuni, viongozi wote, asanti. Wa kwanza ni Abud Omar Ibrahim. Afuatwe na Ali Shebwana Bwana. Afuatwe ni Francis Njero from Peketoni. Afuatwe na Nuru Muhammad Maalim. Afuatwe na Scholastica Nambuki. Thank you, Excellency. The next group, in total, Lamu have 36,000 title deeds waiting. Taita Kishushe Criticals. I would like to ask Honorable Naomi Shaban. Naomi Shaban, ukaribie. Wa kwanza ni Lighton Magangia. Ngoja tu. Taveta. Yes. Lighton. Afuatwe na Steven Mwamela Mwanyama. Mary Saleka. Timotheo Kiwanda. Elia Babu Tokiti. Henry Zumbo Mugalu. Lelinga Peter. Victoria Nakio Natosa. Sebastian Mbiu. Your Excellency, we have 123,000 titles in Taita Taveta. Asante. Twende Busia. Ndege Dhuo Mwangi, George Gachagua, Hannah Njeri Ndung'u, Haron Kariuki, Joseph Wachira, Simeon Lesian Ishembere, Lemisan Lepesi, Peter Lokini, Saikon Letumut, wow, tupige rais makofi. Wa mwisho ni Consolata. Get somebody to help Mami up. She's a bit confused. Yeah, thank you. Tuende Nakuru, Giwa Farm. Viongozi, waziri. Okay. William Mbogwa. It's confused. Bernard. Mary Modoni. Inaitwa Giwa Farm. David Wawero. Mike Kongogi. Yeah. In Nakuru, we have 230,000 titles waiting. Makofi, Kajiado Birikani, Zikai Shararada Sunte, Kajiado Birikani, Kin Ole Raparian, Isaiah Seneti Mwato, Join Oputo Luyana, Rilalei Ene Museka. Asante mama. David Lankoi, William King, Nimbapato Ole Selengagea, Solonka Ole Murua, Grace Siyonke, pigia mama kwa kofi. Tembuka Ole Moko, Kiyunka Ole Musheti, Lesumbu
relations programs as well as innovation funding by investors and entrepreneurs. Despite this, Africa's startups receive just 1% of global venture funding, which could be corrected by governments relaxing regulations and investing in digital skills. ICT Chief Administrative Secretary said the government is, among others, equipping more than 2 million young Kenyans with the necessary digital skills to help startups go to the next level.
And as the government, we recognize that the youth of the country are very innovative, they are very creative, and they take up tech very well in what they do, whatever they do. So as a government, we aim to create an enabling environment for the uptake of ICTs and, for the utilization of tech in various sectors. And we even have tech and ICT creating job opportunities for these young people.
Caroline Jenga for Lunchtime News.
We're taking a short break, but we'll be back in just a bit. Do stay with us.
Do you have a news story to share with KBC? Get in touch swiftly on email news@kbc.co.ke or call 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124.
Our arts and entertainment industry has evolved over the years.
It is at such times that our destinies are written. Will we rise up in courage